Liberty Church, and welcome back. My name is Sinead and I'm so excited to be sharing a new lesson with our Liberty kids this morning. Now, last month we came out of a series for Overflow October that was called More Than Enough, where we learned about the different names that we have for Jesus and just the amazing attributes that he has. Well, this month, in Revive November, at Liberty Kids, we are doing a series called In This Moment, where we are speaking about some of the moments in the Bible where people came into contact with Jesus and their lives were changed in an instant. Now, I have a bit of an analogy to show you that will explain that a little bit more. So I have this jar in front of me and I have this marble. Now, this marble represents us and this jar represents our lives. So these are the things that we do every day, the people that we meet, the conversations that we have, the decisions that we make. But sometimes there are things that happen that might not be so good. People that we meet that aren't the best influence on us, decisions we make that aren't the best for our future, or maybe circumstances that really aren't good for us and we feel like we're in a really bad place, where things are just heavy on top of us and you pretty much lose us in the mix, you see, like that. So I wanted to show you that when we have one moment with Jesus, he starts to shake us up. He shakes up our lives, he shakes up our circumstances, and he brings us on top, and he brings us above all of those things. And you'll see, just like in this jar, we start to come above these things, above these circumstances. And just like that, we rise above all of these things. And Jesus shakes us up like that in every moment that we come into contact with him. Now, this morning in Liberty Kids in person and in our extended version of this lesson on YouTube, we are learning a little bit more about Zaccheus. He was a tax collector, and back then tax collectors weren't exactly the greatest people. In fact, they were pretty bad and they would steal from a lot of people. Zaccheus in particular, he was quite short. Now, there was one day where Jesus came into his village and he heard about Jesus and he was curious, what can this guy do? So he climbed a tree to be able to see over the crowd and see Jesus. If you have joined us all the way from the online experience to this online experience of our extended version of our lesson for the first episode of In This Moment, we are going to be talking a little bit about a man named Zaccheus in the Bible. Now, as I said before, Zaccheus was a tax collector. And what tax collectors did back in the day, just like now, people had to pay tax on things that they bought and things that they received. But tax collectors would come around and they would take more money than people owed. And they would actually take some of that money and put it in their back pocket and steal from the people that were around them. So back then, the Jewish people really hated the tax collectors. They were bad people. They were thieves, pretty much. Now, Zaccheus in particular, he was a pretty short guy. Now, when I say short, I don't mean like this short or this short, like he was pretty short, okay? And he wanted to know about Jesus because he heard a rumor that this man named Jesus was coming to his village. So instead of running through the crowd, pushing through, trying to get a picture, a view of Jesus, what he did is he went and he found a tree and he climbed up this tree. Now, how far have you gone to have a moment with Jesus? Have you put in that much effort to be able to seek Jesus, to see his face? Not really to see his face like in person, but to spend time with him and to be in his presence. Well, Zaccheus was so curious about that he climbed this tree all the way to the top so that he could see over the crowd and he could see who this man was. And Jesus in the crowd, now it was a crowd of loads of people, but because Jesus knows each and every one of us and he knows you, he knows how many hairs are on your head, he knows everything there is to know about you. He said, Zaccheus, I see you over there. And he knew Zaccheus was in that tree. He knew who Zaccheus was, and he even knew that Zaccheus was not a good person. And he ended up asking Zaccheus if he could come over to his house for dinner. How cool is that? Imagine having Jesus come to your house for a meal. I mean, what would you serve? I don't know if I'd serve spaghetti bolognese or lasagna. I don't even know what I would cook for him. Goodness gracious, it's like cooking for a king. But anyways, Jesus came over to Zaccheus' house, and just in that moment of experiencing Jesus, of being in his presence, Zaccheus' heart changed completely. He became a new man. He was filled with love, filled with grace, because Jesus showed him forgiveness. Jesus showed him love, and he showed him that it doesn't matter what has happened in your past, the decisions that you have made, and the circumstances that you are in at the moment. It doesn't matter. Jesus still loves you. Jesus still wants to be in your life. And that's an incredible lesson that we can take away from the story of Zaccheus as well. That no matter how hard it is, we need to climb that tree. We need to put in that effort to seek Jesus, to really get a chance to be in his presence. So now what we're going to do is we're going to head on over into a time of prayer. But right after that, we're going to do some amazing praise songs together. So don't check out just yet. We are just going to pray now. So let me go and get my hourglass. Alrighty, I've got it in front of me, and as you know, if you've watched our previous videos, this hourglass isn't an hour, it's just 60 seconds, which is 1 minute only. And so we're going to take some time to pray, just 1 minute, 60 seconds. I mean, you can do pretty much nothing else in 60 seconds. You can't even make 2-minute noodles in 60 seconds. Well, today I'm going to tell you what we're going to pray for. We're going to pray to Jesus that we can experience him, that his presence, his Holy Spirit fills our home right now, wherever you're watching this, that you get to experience him, so that you can have just one moment with him where he will shake up the things that are around you and you will rise above it all and your lives will change completely. So let's just pray for the presence of God for just 60 seconds. Amen. How amazing is it to know that in just one moment, in less than 60 seconds, our hearts can be changed and transformed with just one encounter with Jesus.
Such a lot when you got not a lot. What? Be happy. I'm gonna jump up and down, gonna spin right around, gonna praise your name forever. I'm gonna shout out loud, gonna deafen the crowd, gonna send my praise to heaven. I'm gonna jump up and down, gonna spin right around, gonna praise your name forever. I'm gonna shout out loud, gonna deafen the crowd, gonna send my praise to heaven. Such a lot when you got not a lot. What? Be happy. can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. When you've got such a lot, when you've got not a lot, what? Be happy.
You know I'm yours and I know you look to your